Works, okay. I'm gonna explain stuff to you people that are so smart. All you people with your PhDs, and Now you gotta understand, guys. Anyone can pick up a book or go online to listen to experts, and then make a bunch of videos and say, this is what a narcissist is like, living with a narcissist, and the narcissist is a narcissist. Here's how you have to appease a narcissist. You have to agree with a narcissist. You have to narcissist with a narcissist. And, you've been labeled and wrapped, and now here's your prescription, right? And so you're like, what? And you'll have to vote for president if you need the money to pay for your health care. Be labeled and wrapped, and here's your subscription. Now your hair can grow again. Now you feel like a man. Now your hair can grow again. Now you don't feel like a bald lady. Yeah, it's hard. My mother-in-law, she has a lot of stress, and from her husband being in the military, and then living in a carbon emission cesspool and stuff, and just people are just mean, and she's mean. She talks shit about others and gossips about others and destroys people's lives through gossip. So her hair started falling out. It's like, well, yeah, if you live in a world when you live in a world where people compare and compete and fight, and need to keep that job and fight for that job and line up for that job and try to get that job because Mr. Gravel or Mr. Slate is an asshole, and then you got to drive all the kids to school. And one kid has hay fever. The other kid, the mom's paying lots of money for her to be a dancer. Can't I just be like the rest of the regular kids, Mom? I just want to be like the regular kids, Mom. What regular kids, kid? Okay. What regular kids are you talking about? What other regular kids? Okay, have you ever been to school anywhere, not just the United States of America? Okay, I just want to be like the regular kids. Okay, I challenge you to find a regular kid at that school. Okay, what's a regular kid? A kid that gets to be a kid. Not being trained to be successful at being the reflection of the ego of the person that built the building and says they own the world, and you need to pay them money for the world. Okay, you go find me a regular kid at that school and bring him to me, and because I don't want him to be labeled a genius. I want that righteous, beautiful, sweet person to meet somebody like them, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, seriously, if that kid, Mom, Dad, money's not real. These people at school are crazy. I don't want to go back. Yeah, the lady keeps teaching me math, and she's all proud of the fact that she's teaching me math, and there's millions of people watching her math on TikTok, but she thinks money's real, and she thinks she's good at math, right? Find that regular kid, bring that regular kid to me. We will make sure that nobody knows who he is, so you guys can still keep doing amazing things with math globally on TikTok for money, okay? Find him. Find that kid. Make sure he is as tortured as I am. He deserves it. He doesn't want to make any money doing math. You're funny. I know, man. I got all these people, that's not good intention. I used to think it was good intention. Jesus told me today, no, bullshit. They're selfish. They're not praying, okay, for you to live the Lord's Prayer with them. They're praying to themselves for you to accept them as God, Earl. Yeah, shut up, Jesus. Who do you think you are, Kirk Cameron? Well, Kirk Cameron knows this. He just doesn't tell anybody. Why? Because he does math for money on TikTok and Facebook and YouTube. And he didn't get kicked off Facebook, right? Well, he doesn't go against our community standards. What community standards? Seriously? Oh, fuck me, sideways with a brick. Beat me with a bag of hammers. We already are. I know. God, trust me, I know. I live my life. You don't live my life. I know what my life is like. I know how I feel. Do you know? I don't think you know how I feel. Well, Annie Lennox, how much more money do we have to pay you to listen to you sing until we finally figure out how the fuck you feel? Now do math on TikTok. Millions of kids are watching you. Teach people how to do their tie. Show girls how to use that lug wrench. Don't let the Big Bang Theory people throw that. We don't want anybody burning their vans, right? You're funny. I know. Gosh damn, I know I'm funny. The nice thing is everybody in the future is going to know how funny and what a good person the Messiah Earl Parsons is, and most of you, like I keep telling you, we have quantum computing now, and your relatives, sitting there in the future going, "When are these assholes going to stand up for a Lord's Prayer with Parsons?" I'm living the Lord's Prayer in the year 3000 in Psalm or wherever, whenever, whatever, whenever. Okay. When's the day that we all celebrate us accepting the perfection of the Messiah and sharing it globally? What day is it? What day is it? Will you please tell me? What day is it? I'm confused to say. Is it Wednesday? Is it Thursday? Is it Friday, Saturday, where we're at today? Maybe it's tomorrow and maybe it's not. Maybe it's yesterday. I just forgot. What day is it? What day is it? Can you please tell me? What day is it? I'm confused to say. Let's say a prayer for Earl Parsons. No, you're not God. Leave me alone. Okay? Guys, you can bet your bottom dollar that quantum computing knows exactly what the fuck you're doing and exactly what the fuck your brain problem is. Okay? Padow. If I had long hair and made lots of videos about a narcissist is as a narcissist does, would you guys trend and then I could pay my bills doing it? And then send me skincare shit so my skin would look better? Okay. You're funny. It's funny, right? Let's recommend some more videos, Your algorithm. I don't know how, algorithms. Guys, all that stuff is irrelevant, right? The reason why Earl does what Earl does, okay, they had quantum computing before they took Earl to Cochise County, Arizona, right? Which means, Stevie Wonder. You're blind? No, you are. Here I am, baby, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. That's what that means, right? Right? Do you understand what Earl's saying? No. We have to explain it to him. Okay, let's explain it to him. Okay. We're a math teacher. Isn't that John Leguizamo on the M. Night Shyamalan's Imagination with Mark Wahlberg? Right. Okay. So we're a math teacher. Okay. How do we explain it to him? Just, I don't know. Don't make it a problem with the little numbers and stuff. Just, explain it to him like you're explaining it to Denzel Washington, who is getting money for Tom Hanks, who's a homosexual who's dying from a disease. So why is he getting the money for him? Well, he doesn't need the money. He's dying from the disease. The guy who he gave the disease to, that he got it from, he was living with, was already died from the disease, Antonio Banderas, right? So why does he need the money? Dead people don't need money. They can leave it for other people that accepted death as reality, and then they think they need the money. Oh, shit, we're doing, we're teaching people to tie their tie and change their tire and to do math for money on TikTok. Yes. Damn, found a rock. Gonna knock this poser's socks off. Whoa, they're purple. Okay, guys, no matter what you do, okay, Jesus is my Jesus, not your Jesus. But because of me, he's our Jesus. Signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Here I am, baby. Because Jesus told me that. He goes, when you're done, they're going to love you as much as they love me. And I'm like, oh, but they don't love you. They could not love you, but still your love was true. And when no hope was left inside on that starry, starry night, I had to talk you into going to getting murdered by the Roman Empire so they could make lots of money off selling comic books until the day we corrected it together, because life's eternal, grace is infinite, and me and the Father are one, and all the assassins that came and fronted on me at Fort Huachuca. Your religious beliefs are selfish. You're an idealist and you get people killed. And you guys going to let them talk that way to me? The living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer? The man being slowly crucified by chemical poisoning by Halliburton and Northrop Grumman? While you guys all sit and watch and say, I'll pray for you. Okay, you want me to accept your ego as God, and you don't want to stand up for the sacrifice at Calvary so we could actually worship God together without having to make money for math on TikTok. Right. Son of a bitch. And then they wonder, why does this guy, he's a religious zealous, he's a narcissist, why does he keep going on YouTube trying to get people to acknowledge him and share the Lord's Prayer instead of him having to fix quantum computing, to fix AI, to police the world so we can apply the physics of the Lord's Prayer, whether the assholes that think they have the freedom to, disagree, agree or not, you agree or not to agree, that is a question. Because, guys, every day that you deny the truth of the Lord's Prayer, okay, there's global warming. People are mentally and sexually assaulted. People have to take medications to survive global warming, mental and emotional and sexual assault through economic crimes of opportunity. Okay, if you were the guy like Jesus Christ, what would you do? Well, I would strap myself with C4 and get in an airplane and head for a bank building. Okay, the next, Fred. Let that person go to the back of the bus and make sure he stays there. Okay. Who's next? I would run for president, and then I will invent laws that make sure that guy can't blow up my bank. Okay. Don't even let that kid on the bus. Okay. Well, who's next? Okay. Do you see what I'm saying? And Ooda dolly, golly, what a day. Right. And you guys think this is Love Goes On, and damn it, Disney needs to stream you more on Hulu. Oh no, Hulu needs to stream you on Disney. I'm confused. What are we doing here? Shh, we're doing math for money on TikTok. Oh, okay, we're doing math for money on TikTok. Okay, if she does math really good, why is she making money off of it on TikTok? Are you good? Irony? And yeah, I really do think. Is your wedding day? It's raining. That's okay. Pretend you're Nil Sedaka. Ooh, how I love the rainy days in a happy way. I feel inside. After a while, you'll run under a tree. She'll turn to you and she'll kiss you. There with the beat of the rains on the leaves, softly she breathes and you close your eyes, sharing your love under stormy skies, right? Or you could also be Janet Jackson, making love in the rain. No, wait till that's honeymoon. Honeymoon is Janet Jackson. Marriage is Nil Sedaka, or you could get incarcerated for indecent exposure, right? Or you could trend on TikTok and make billions. It's your decision. Okay? We're doing math for money on YouTube. But it's not trending. I must not be able to make enough money. That's right. You don't want to make money. You're living by the Lord's Prayer. Damn. So if I was doing this without trying to get people to live the Lord's Prayer, I would be a genius and make millions of dollars and then be confident but not cocky. And you have to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, no one will believe in yourself. Right. And how much money does it take for us to live the Lord's Prayer globally in order to save children from being psychotic egomaniacs that are a threat to their own planet and species? None money. Wow. You should do math on TikTok, dude. Nah, fuck TikTok. Fuck them. I got YouTube. That's all I need. But all the algorithms are the same. And you really think it's going to be different if I take these videos, which I can't make them as long, and put them on TikTok, and then double up my time and stress, and you see what I mean? And then connect to more assholes that are stuck in corporate hell because their ego keeps them there. And so, no, this is fine. This will do, pig. It'll do. Right. I'm not doing a goddamn thing wrong. Okay. I'm living by the Lord's Prayer. I'm being tortured by egomaniacs because they want me to accept money is reality and God is their ego. And I'm like, really? And you want me to try to expand on this? We already tried. We did Tumblr, Facebook. Facebook kicked me off for going against our community standards, for not accepting money as value, and God is their ego. And so, so go do it at more places. So you want me to go to more egomaniac do math for money bars on cell phones through apps put on the phone to take up space on your phone, and then you have less space on your phone, and your phone eventually just stops working altogether, and you got to buy a new phone that has more things, then you got to watch Zoe Saldana dance on a chair. Okay, no. Why? Why? Because it's just not my thing. It just was my thing. Living the Lord's Prayer. Then if Zoe Saldana wants to dance on a chair, I'll be like, well, good for you. You're all excited. We're living the Lord's Prayer. Wow, you little avatar. Zang, right? See what I'm saying? Now your kids will be intelligent and won't ever do math on a phone on an app called TikTok for money ever. You just saved them from the pole. You're better than Chris Rock and Larry Fishburne put together. You Zoe Saldana, you little Columbiana. You so smart. You so smart. I'm so proud of you. You so smart. Think that's going to happen? I don't know. You don't want to limit people. You know, you don't want to put limitations on people. You know. If you think they're an egomaniac who thinks they have no limitations and they can make so much money off of their lack of limitations and their freedom to disagree, you don't want to do that to little Zoe Saldana. That affects her kiddos, and kiddos are cute, and everybody knows how much Earl loves kiddos, right? We don't want to do that to Mason Disick. Mason Disick's like 20 now. No, he ain't. It's like 15 or so. Don't make Mason grow up too soon, you assholes. Okay. Still gotta live with the fact that his mom's real mean and bitchy, makes lots of money doing it, and his dad gets drunk because he doesn't make as much money scamming people through real estate and shit like that as she does being mean and bitchy, and that's a heavy cross to bear. It's like, wow. My wife makes more money being mean and bitchy and people watching it to sell products on mass media than I do trying to scam people the old-fashioned way like my parents. Right. Shit. Papa Top again. I'm Mr. Kardashian. You're not a lawyer. Get the fuck out of here. No. You couldn't get OJ off if you tried. OJ says, I've been in prison. You can. Okay. It's funny. Okay. You just can't do math for money on TikTok. Okay. Oh. I swear, if these things anonymously are watched by celebrities, that last line of jokes just made Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B crack up there almost peeing themselves. I swear. Lil Wayne is... Yeah, he's been to prison too, so he gets it. Okay, I'm just kidding. What about Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion? They have sex with prison culture guys. They get it too. It's a genome sequencing, DNA interfacing thing. He just wouldn't get it. Well, you can't do math for money on TikTok. Me? I can't. No. There's a voice in my head that says, well, I'm such a fucking genius that, yeah, I could. Okay, I could be George Carlin and Dave Allen all wrapped up into one for tons of money and be a financial advisor to the wealthy and live in Sierra Vista and predict how everything's going to change and how great I am and how great my predictions are because I'm the most brilliant human being in the world, and make Elon Musk look like a monkey playing with poo, asking everybody to buy his electric motorcycles. But no, why? Well, because I prefer to tease. Every day I walk alone and I pray that God won't see me. I know it's wrong. Don't tell me why. Is it I'm digging your scene? No, I'll die, baby. Dap-a-dap-a-dap. You blow monkeys. But Earl, you're funny. Shit, I know. You have to. If you don't keep a positive attitude, your body will shut down and you will die. Okay? You will physically die if you don't keep a positive attitude and don't keep the faith. And I don't need my old man's Trojans and his Old Spice aftershave. No, I'm too tired. Okay, too tired. I can't make women enjoy sex as well as I used to when I was young. Okay, but sex isn't important. Loving and being loved is important. Okay, do you understand? Those people that had sex and their children are dying from chemical poisoning on those St. Jude commercials, okay? day they had sex isn't as important as their child no longer being killed by chemical poisoning, right? A lot of them pray to their imagination. Stop this from happening to kids. And to save this from happening to kids, it's horrible and it ought to not happen to a little kiddo that's really cute and has a kind heart and is really sweet. And they go up to the office and they, Dad, they're going to help me feel better, Dad. Right? And what happens? They get puberty. All they want to do is have sex and stay alive. So maybe they too can enjoy a little kid is cute and really sweet. And Dad, we're going to have ice cream. And Dad, there's going to be a piñata. And Dad, do you think there'll be a guy who loves me the way that you love Mommy, Dad? Well, Emily, Dad's working on it, but it's going to be really hard because he doesn't make money off of doing math on TikTok for economics. Yeah, well, that sucks. You know John Nash enough for the John Nash Club? Oh, I'm perfectly okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. Well, because somebody has to correct artificial general intelligence so quantum computing can properly work, right? And sure the fuck ain't John Nash, right? It's not Elon Musk, right? It's not the Pope. Okay. It's not the president. It's not any of the presidents, dead and or living, right? No, we know that. We know how good the Kennedys were, right? They were good guys, okay? And I can't say anything. In that era, I got, with all the stuff and the way things were, I could have been caught up into the same thing that Jack and Bobby were caught up into, right? And dealt with it very similarly, right? But the thing about it is once you get into that hell and you're the Ark of the Covenant, okay, and you explain to everybody what's going on, the only thing that saves them from their own brain trapping themselves in their ego to solve everybody's problems is a man from Ethiopia showing up at the White House and explaining to them eternity, and they go, wow. So why didn't you talk to Krishnamurti or Suzuki, right? They get it, okay, but nobody else does. No, not even Jonas Salk, okay? And he invented the polio vaccine. The polio vaccine is basically you're just solving a problem because you have the problem because you're not living the truth of Haile Selassie, Jiddu Krishnamurti, and Tetsuro Suzuki, which is the same truth as Jesus Christ of Nazareth, Muhammad of Mecca, Confucius, Tao, Siddhartha, Buddha, yada, 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 right? Because truth is truth. It's not going to change. Like I was trying to explain to Therese the other day about Cochise. That's not the truth. We're all living in the same truth. Okay? We're just abusing people even more heinously than people were abused during Cochise's time. But Cochise tried to live more truthfully and was capable of living more truthfully than we ever have a day in our lives. Okay? But he's been turned into Jeff Chandler and the guy from I think he's from Canada, right? The actor that plays Cochise in Joseph Running Fox's movie. He's not in Wes Studi's movie. No, Wes Studi's movie, it has just Geronimo AC, after Cochise, right? And so, but in the Joseph Running Fox movie, I think there's a guy who plays Cochise in there. I think it's been a long ass time since I've seen it, but I think it's the guy from Canada who plays, I don't know if he plays the grandfather in the Dreamkeeper or whatever and stuff like that. I don't recall. It's been a long time. I haven't seen the Joseph Running Fox Geronimo movie for a long time. Without cause, all I know is Joseph Running Fox plays Jolie Haporin's daddy now, right? So, and I'm like, is Joseph Running Fox really that old, or did they put makeup on him? I didn't think he was that old. He's that much older than the kid who plays Leaphorn? Wow. Are you sure about that? Because Joseph Running Fox was my age when he made that. And the guy who plays Leaphorn is about my age too, right? So, I don't know. I'll look him up, but, okay. They didn't just put makeup on him and make it seem like he's lots older than the other kid? Okay. They're all kids to me, even if they're 103. I'm the spirit of Father Adam. They all accept money on TikTok as economic security. So, yeah. Who's your daddy? Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. But, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So that's why I get up every morning and do what I do, go to sleep and get bombarded with Wi-Fi from egotistical scientists that think they're going to. I do not think they're going to, they think they're going to solve all the problems with their brains. No, I think they're just egomaniacs that got ego problems. And if they could stop doing it, they would. Yeah. I'm not Pollyanna. I'm just like, you keep offering and offering, saying that, this is the obvious solution. Okay. And so you realize, and then the effects are residual, So Jennifer Lopez ain't never going to show up. Don't limit her. Like Zoe Saldana. Don't limit her, Don't limit the little girl. Let the little girl dance. You never know. Okay. Zoltan, whatever guy from Switzerland, he could get on TV tomorrow and say, this guy has no views on YouTube, and I honestly watched him yesterday. He kicked my ass, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me. And now I would like to know everybody that I changed my religious beliefs to a Christian Muslim, and I'd like to change my name to Gladys Knight. Why? Because if anyone should ever write my life story, for whatever reason there might be, you'd be there between each line of pain and glory, because I'm the best thing that ever happened to you. I get it. Okay, thanks. All right, man. What about the other two? And the girly girls. The girly girls are cute. I like their accents, don't you? Yeah. You haven't convinced them yet? Well, come on, showgirls. You're all girls until you're man enough to man up with me. I'm not persuaded that quickly. My heart has been broken before you see. Have you watched my YouTube and read the descriptions? Okay. So you have to prove that your love is true to me. It's easy to say that you love me. Easy to say you're thinking of me. Your words are so easy to say. Everybody, 1, 2, 3, 4. Show me you really love me. Actions speak louder than words. Let the little girl dance. Okay, take your phones. Stop doing math on TikTok for them to trend. Stand up for a Lord's Prayer. Do it now everywhere. If you can't do that, this gorgeous guy, this amazingly gorgeous guy, okay, we're judged by our deed. Get over it, I'm not pretending to be Joe Jackson for money and pretending to beat the hell out of little actor kids that want to, endorse products and be multimillionaires because of their name, image, and likeness. Okay, shut up. Damn, that's all math. I know. I'm teaching people to do math. Where's all the symbols? They're in your head. Get over it. Okay, do you understand? The symbols in your head? Yeah, life's eternal and grace is infinite. Everything has a symbol. Everything has a purpose. Everything has a mathematical perception in your brain, whether or not your brain is working properly enough to understand it and submit to faith and infinite glory so you can truly understand eternity and not have to be Rich Merlin or Soul Tunes and pay money to Darwin Gross for your secret word, right? And then, lots of people left Eckankar after he screwed everybody with their money, right? And then Klimt came up and said, well, I ain't going to do that. You're not. You're going to give everybody a secret word and tell them God's right behind their eyes and between their ears. And that if you come to my building and give me money to explain this to you, that one day one of you might just replace me as the God man of Minneapolis. Right. Rah, go. Take your 57 Chevy and get the hell out of here. Go to Minneapolis and be one of the God men at the temple. Don't front on me in front of the library. All the people that fronted on me in front of the Thomas Brannigan Memorial Library, you do know that David Rockefeller had quantum computing by 2006 and the most extensive surveillance system in the history of humanity to collect all the evidence of what people would do to a guy like Jonah, Jesus, Malachi, Melchizedek, Hud, Muhammad, so on and so forth, in the 21st century when they've securely trapped their soul in their own pathetic egos. Right? Right. Here I am, baby. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. You are not praying for me. You are praying to yourself that I will accept money as value and your brain as God. Okay, that's what you're doing. When you sit and you constantly obsess, I've got 3 ideas in my head working out my time. I'm a genius, and everybody's going to buy my cars, and everybody's going to buy my stuff, and everybody's going to buy my robots, and I will be God, and everybody will accept my money because it's the best invention of money since the invention of Matt Damon's ego, right? How Trojan of your horse. Did you bring some allspice aftershave? Come on, man. You got to help me out here. They are helping you out. No, they're not. They're not doing a damn thing. They're just, I'm the standard. They're not. And then I have to fix artificial general intelligence so quantum computing can properly work. If they were helping, they would get on their phones and go, Lord's Prayer, San Ysidro, Parsons, appreciate him. He appreciates you. You don't appreciate me. I appreciate you. Yeah, I do. Okay. I appreciate you. Well, because you're given life by the glory of grace, and I completely adore you, and I want you to live the Lord's Prayer globally. That's appreciation. It don't get much more appreciation than that. Sitting there praying for me to accept money as value and your ego as God? Come on now, baby. Come on now, baby. Come on now, baby. Come on. All right? Music is supposed to inspire. How come we ain't getting no higher? Your head is still in the gutter, and it may never get out. The only answer might be that I take your taxpayer dollars and your technology and use it as a police force to protect children from being in the cesspool that is your brain and replicating your cesspool. I just did math on YouTube better than that lady does math on TikTok for a commercial that, and the guy, you don't need to wear a tie. You don't need to go to a job interview to pay idiots to live here, right? Why are you driving? Just don't leave home. You don't need your American Express. Leave home without it. You don't have a home if you have it, because the bank owns the place that you're dwelling in and can take it and give it to some murdering asshole who makes millions of dollars off of doing math on TikTok, right? Shit. Now we looking over our new domicile. If we like, we stay for maybe quite a while. Boom, 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 boom. You hear the baby cry? Where there being baby, there will be milk no buy. If we look in baby buggy, there will be plenty milk for you. Maybe some for me. What are you guys doing? We're all sucking Oprah's tits. It's a Toni Morrison novel made into a movie. Oh yeah, beloved. Yeah, I saw that one. Did you like it? It's a little disturbing, but in order to sell lots of books, you have to be one of many things, but it all has to be disturbing. What? Pay attention to me. I need more money to pay extortion to live here. We're not living the Lord's Prayer. Boom, there you go. Okay, they can be taught. Do you think the people will listen? I don't know. I'm on the worst military reservation in the history of the world that threatens to abuse everybody. Oh, it doesn't. That does abuse everybody. Sorry. Threatens to kill everybody with nuclear weapons if they can't abuse them with money and then get them to accept that as success and hard work and dedication and heroic, iconic behavior. So all you heroic icons out there. Here I am, baby. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours, right? I'm doing this for you. Yeah, I'm doing this for you. Well, because life's eternal and grace is infinite. And one day a child will be born. And I definitely don't want him to grow up to be like you. Do you? Okay, peace.